A very good evening to you all, wherever you are, and welcome to a Date with a Dinner Set programme number 147 here on the 16th of April. You are most welcome. I'm fascinated with the idea of a tan in Suffolk in April, Miles, but I do believe you. I know it's quite a sunspot up there. So a very good evening to you all. Hello, Marion. It's lovely to see you again. You are most welcome, of course. That was the Flintstones, one of those pieces of music that is so instantly recognisable. Originally from 1960. And the composer of that was the sort of, let's call him the head of music for Hanna-Barbera, HOYT CURTIN, and we've had music by him before, including the music to Boss Cat or Top Cat, whichever way you want to think of it. I like it, Miles. I like it very much. Yeah, and of course some of the most recognisable cartoon characters as well. I do recall that, bizarrely, Fred and Barney were used in, I think it was a Winston's cigarette advert back in the 60s. Quite bizarre. Anyway, that was our opening music this evening. So I do hope you will enjoy what we have to offer you on our sonic smorgasbord here this evening on A Date with a Dinner Set, as usual. It is a mix of 9 things, some ballads, some show tunes, quite a few golden oldies and a few boppy ones as well. And what we've been trying to do for quite some time now is to introduce at least one new song each week, and tonight is no exception to that. So wherever you are, whether you're watching us live or whether you're watching on the catch-up, you are most welcome. And if you're in the chat room and you want to take part, and do you please say hello and talk about the music or the composers or the context of the songs or anything else which you might wish to mention in a polite way. I'll just say that as a little caveat each week now. I'll have a bit of coffee and then we'll launch into the show, and as I say, I do hope you enjoy everything that we have to offer you this evening. Good evening, Marwan, and a very happy birthday to you, Marwan, in Egypt. There you go, Marwan. All your friends in the UK wishing you a happy birthday over there in Egypt. Yes, indeed, that was Spread a Little Happiness, composed by a very happy chappy himself, Mr. Vivian Ellis. And something else for which he is famous is the piece of instrumental music called Coronation Scott, which is a great piece of music as well. But Spread a Little Happiness was composed in 1929. And it was composed for the musical Mr. Cinders in 1929. So it's quite an oldie. And as someone said, who was it? Oh, my brother, well done. It was famously covered by Mr. Sting, and there he is looking quite youthful there. I think I'm right in saying for the film Brimstone and Treacle, but I would need correcting on that one because I didn't thoroughly research that one this evening. Chris Turville, Lurper rings a bell. Okay. I'll just take your word on that one. A Lurpak advert? Obviously after the time when I ditched my telly box, but quite possibly. Now look, Spread a Little Happiness, that's what we do here on the programme, is it not? Every week we have a smile, we have a laugh, we have a giggle, most of the time. And as you know, I do like to sort of try and, a bit of an ostrich me, I do try and avoid the reality, the sad reality that is our depressing news these days. And I tend to look in, oh, got it, okay, thank you. I'll have a look for it on YouTube. What are we talking about? Oh, happiness, yes. Yeah, so I do look out for news stories which amuse me. And this one I picked up on. It rather amused me. Does anyone remember Furbies from the late 1990s? Anyway, I saw this true story, apparently. It's all to do with ChatGPT. And somebody from Vermont University, and I don't know why they did this, decided to sort of sabotage a Furby and hook it up to ChatGPT, the new AI technology. And with a very bizarre result. This is what it came out with, the Furby on ChatGPT. The Furby's plan to take over the world involves infiltrating households through their cute and cuddly appearance, then using their advanced AI technology to manipulate and control their owners. They will slowly expand their influence until they have complete domination over humanity. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. It's quite scary, isn't it? Mind you, in my humble opinion, Furbies were pretty scary, weird things to start with. Brother Mark, please tell me I'm correct on this. Didn't our dear father have a Furby? And I dread to think why. I think Mother bought him one. And he used to talk to this Furby. I do remember that. Ooh, really, really weird. Oh, Danny, I hope you don't connect it to ChatGPT based on that. Good evening, Auntie Roz, by the way. Lovely to see you here. Anyway, we will move on swiftly before this goes very quickly downhill. Oh dear, why did our father have a Furby? Very disturbing. Yes. Okay, here we go. indeed, Jean. It was A Man and a Woman, Un Homme et une Femme, the memorable theme from from the film of the same name, An Homme et une Femme, A Man and a Woman, from 1960. Miles, yes, indeed. That's one of the polite sort of pseudonyms for it, for Shabba Dabba Dabba Dabba, for the backing singers. It was composed by Francis Lay, and Francis Lay also famously composed the music to the film Love Story, the original Love Story film. So there you go. Mark, I'm reading what earth you're talking about here. About the same time they bought the rawhide mouse. Let's see, swinging. I don't recall what you're talking about, but it sounds hideous and quite like something that our dear mother would have bought. But there we go. Yes, indeed, Jean. No, very much so, and we always rely on you to help us out with our songs, especially those from longer ago. Anyway, that's what that was. I do hope you enjoyed that one. We've had it a few times before. I rather like it. It's in a bossa nova rhythm. Well, it's sort of a bossa nova. It's a bossa nova with a dog end to it as well. It has a 2/4 bar just stuck in, just for general annoyance value. Now, I discovered that to my cost when, as a relative child, it's all relative in my world, I transcribed that from an LP because I was arranging it for a jazz band in my sixth form at school. And it was one of, you had to have your finger on the stylus, as it were, and go backwards and forwards and scribble it down. And I couldn't work out why my bars of this bossa nova didn't add up. The reason I found out sometime later was that the composer just put these extra 2/4 bars in just to confuse everything. So where we go. I just had to sort of stop saying anything, Jean, because I'd run out of hole to dig with my rather large spade. Anyway, so there we go. I do hope you enjoyed that. Just a reminder, your first reminder this evening, if you are enjoying the programme, A Date with a Dinner Set programme 147 here on the 16th of April, do press that thumbs up button. It will illuminate for you to tell you that you have done so. That is awfully kind of you to do that. And then from one sort of bossa nova to another sort, with the announcement of our next special 2 weeks today, on the 30th of April. Oh dear, that's not a very good contrast to script to picture, is it? Anyway, our April special on Sunday the 30th is all the music of all the music I play will be composed by Tom Youmans, that is to say, Antonio Carlos Youmans. I won't play all of his about 300 songs, but 9 of them, many of which you've heard before. But I just think I'm going to stop digging altogether, actually. Yeah, I'm a great fan of the music of Tom Youmans. And, of course, he was really the father of the bossa nova movement in the late 50s, early 60s. Wonderful pianist, composer, guitarist, flautist, singer, songwriter, and general wonderful person, actually. I think he had a very tragic end to his life. After all those wonderful pieces that he composed for us, and all the success that he enjoyed throughout his life, the last 15 years were just really pretty tragic for him. And he, like so many composers, musicians, ended up absolutely penniless and in huge amounts of debt, and extremely poorly towards the end of his life as well. So quite a sad end to that. So we are honouring that, our April special, dedicated all to the music of Antonio Carlos Youmans. So I hope you will join us for that one. It will be lots of fun, a little Brazilian romp together, as it were. Okay, we've had this next piece once before on A Date with a Dinner Set. Do hope you enjoy it. Indeed it was. Yes, Miles, Marion, Jean. It was All Right With Me, and it's from 1953 by Mr. Cole Porter, Mr. Grumpy Cole Porter, as I always call him, from that picture anyway, but a very, very clever, mischievous man. Reese, that wasn't the idea to do that, chap. Please don't buy it. Don't buy it for Grandpa. Anyway, back to Civilization. It's All Right With Me, 1953, from the musical Can Can. And it's been recorded so many times as a sort of jazz standard in its own right. Frank Sinatra, Ella Fitzgerald, Oscar Peterson, all those sorts of people. Obviously, if you are here with us in the chat room, you know what's going on. But if you've happened upon this and think, what on earth are they talking about? Hamsters and Furbies. This is A Date with a Dinner Set on Gigi the Piano Man. And if you want to take part in the ludicrous chat room that we have here, which is largely friendly, you need to be subscribed to the channel, which of course being YouTube is free. So here on YouTube, Gigi the Piano Man, as you know, because you're here, we have this live program every Sunday for an hour at 18:30. We also have a video upload every Friday currently, and on the last Sunday of each month, a theme special. And as you know already, 2 weeks' time, our theme special for April will be the music of Antonio Carlos Jobim, which will be lots and lots and lots of fun, and lots and lots and lots of bossa novas as well. So there we go. I'm getting some some horrible images of this creature that our parents had. Most disturbing. I'm glad I wasn't offered that when we cleared out the house. Okay, so this next one, I think it's a very famous song, but we've not had it before on A Date with a Dinner Set, so let's have it now. did indeed, brother, get one word right. Congratulations. Fantastic. But the correct answer was, in fact, provided by Miles and Marion taking A Chance on Love. And it was composed by this chappie, Mr. Vernon Duke, who we have heard his music before. Last time, actually not that long ago, a couple of weeks ago, he composed April in Paris, did Vernon Duke. And he also composed Autumn in New York, which we heard, well, in the autumn. But that's what it was, Taking a Chance on Love. It was from 1940 by Vernon Duke. And it was from a musical called Cabin in the Sky. So there we go. So that was our new one this evening. Now, you know me. I am powered by endless enthusiasm. Well, actually, it probably does have an end. No, but not at the moment. And a bit of coffee. My current coffee has gone cold. Never mind. But if you feel moved to help me with the cost of electricity or indeed Wi-Fi, and you wish to make a donation to the channel Gigi the Piano Man on YouTube, well, you're most welcome to. The link is in the video description, but as always, it is www.paypal.me/Gigi the Piano Man. We do love providing these programs here for you. And for the time being, we will always be here on a Sunday evening at 18:30. So there we go. Program 147 this evening. Exciting times. Okay, something a little quieter now. Indeed, it was. A Nightingale sang in Berkeley Square, composed by Manning Sherwin. As you're looking at that picture on the of the little friendly chat on the sofa with a glass of something and probably about a million cigarettes going on. He's on my left, is Manning Sherwin, and that is Eric Munchwitz, the lyricist, on the right, and sort of studying their own score in disbelief that they actually wrote this wonderful song. They wrote it in a fishing village in France. Who knows if they'd ever been to Berkeley Square, unlike Hannah in an 18-ton truck. So there we go. I'm reliably told, Bob, you wouldn't hear one in Berkeley Square or indeed anywhere in a built-up area, not even in 1940, because they like sort of natural habitats and not built-up things. So, Hannah, I was thinking of your 18-ton truck to merrily squashing a nightingale. So it's a good job that that's pure fantasy, that they don't exist, because in any case, I know you wouldn't. But there you go. Oh, can we talk about something else? Because this is on my mind. This thing, and I'm sure you've heard about it. If you haven't, then let me be the first to tell you. But I know I'm not. Next Sunday, this national emergency alert alarm happening next Sunday. It's all very exciting. Well, it's not exciting, but it's good that it's going to be tested, I suppose, and it's good that I suppose a system exists. I don't know, for whenever it is needed. So that's happening next Sunday. Now, I believe this bit is a rumour. It was originally planned to take place at about 7 o'clock in the evening, but there was such an outcry from the internet. No, they said. No, that will be in the middle of a date for the dinner set. We cannot possibly have it then. We need it at 3 o'clock. So I believe that is when that is happening, that alarm to our mobile phones, 3 o'clock. Actually, I think the reason was something to do with a football match. But there we go. So isn't that exciting? We will move on with our next song on a date with a... Thank you, Brother Mark, with your pictures of hamsters and lassos and weird things in Hereford. Oh, speaking of Hereford, I read a little factoid. You can get preparations for them at the chemist, by the way, about Hereford in relation to Surrey, where we currently reside here. And I believe that Surrey is just marginally ahead of Herefordshire in terms of horrible potholes in our roads. We are, in Surrey, the 14th worst county in England and Wales. And Hereford is the 13th. So there we go. Useless piece of information. Enjoy our next song. indeed. Can't take my eyes off you. The composer is the blonde-haired one, he said, looking at a black and white picture, sitting down with a cigarette in his hand. That is Bob Crewe, of the Bob Crewe generation, and he composed that song, and it was made famous in the 1960s by Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons originally. And I didn't even say what you said, Gene. What did you say? Can't take my mind off you. I know. I have. Do you know I have this effect on people, Gene? It's really weird. Anyway, back to Bob Crewe. Can't take my eyes off you. Yes, it's been covered by loads of times. A very famous UK cover by Andy Williams, I believe, in 1967. I'm going to push my nose out and say 1967 for the Andy Williams version, which did chart quite well, I think, in the UK. I'm going to say again that reached number 5 in the UK chart. You might want to check that. Get Reese to look that up instead of looking up rubbish on eBay, brother Mark. So there we go. So we've just been playing about nightingales, and let's stay on the subject of woodland birds, what I have known. And this week's... Did my G-light flash then? That was a bit odd. This week's upload was a lovely piece by Frederick Delius, original orchestral tone poem. The first, on hearing the first cuckoo in spring, it's quite a long, but it's a very peaceful, sort of languid, tranquil, beautiful piece of music, and it does translate quite well in this piano version that I've done. So that is on the channel if you want something really calm, about 7 minutes of just calm, beautiful, flowing Delius. It is there on the channel. Now, where are we? I'm totally lost where we are. Oh, I know what we're doing now. You'll be pleased to hear. indeed. T for two, or indeed yay for two. Yes, I think you're correct about that. Spell check is so annoying sometimes, isn't it? Can get you into some very awkward situations, I have found. Oh yes, but that was, of course, T for two, composed in 1924. Have I got a picture of him? No, it doesn't seem I have today. Of Vincent Youmans, and it was from the musical No No Nanette. Brother Mark, thank you for that almost interesting anecdote there about rich tea biscuits. You heard it here. Anyway, I think we need a little. I need a little bit of a break, and you need a little bit of a break from my my rasping razor wit and rudeness, indeed. Let's see what the otters have been up to this week. Our friends Hannah and Katara, they are back from their camping trip. Obviously, we saw them going to look for cherry blossoms, and they had a big long walk, but they're now back at home and are rather tired, it would seem. Yes. So one of the things that they've been up to, as you'll see in a minute, is one of their favourite games. And I think it's, rather than a favourite game of the otters, it's a favourite game of their dad, if you like. Dad's games of teasing the otters. So here we are. The otters are fully awake now, fully charged and ready to go, wound up and ready to play. Incidentally, I am reading the chat as it's going along. I'm glad we found our groove about what we're talking about tonight. It seems to be biscuits with cheese, and what sorts of cheese go with biscuits. If you're watching the screen, if you're at all interested, but what's going on there, a little running commentary, is that Dad's bought another thing to tease the otters with, basically another water-firing thing. And we know, oh, we go. Thank you, Auntie Ross. We know that Kataro, who is there, loves playing with anything to do with water, loves that sort of game. But we also know, I think you probably will remember, that that Hana, she doesn't like splashy, watery things at all. So you'll notice she is sort of hiding. She just doesn't understand all this nonsense. And in fact, it gets her a little bit ratty. But Katara's having a whale of a time now. I like showing it when they're outside, especially when it's bright and sunny, because we do sometimes have sun and brightness here in the UK, do we not? Oh, the evil stare from Hannah there. Oh, that was a nice friendly pat. Yeah, there you go. You see, Hannah doesn't like things that spray water, such as hoses or showers. But Katara just loves these toys that Dad keeps buying for himself. I mean, for the otters to play with. So this is our sort of weekly visit to have a look to see what the otters have been up to. This is the channel Kotsumet. There is a link in my video description. They are lots of fun, and I can really recommend them. They upload, I think, 2 sort of 8-minute videos a week, and it's quite useful as a sort of cathartic way of throwing away our stressors in the world. But there we go. It's a little look at what they have been up to this week. But we do know, of course, when we have visited the otters on a date with Innocent, that means that we have 2 more songs to play for you this evening. I do hope you will enjoy our penultimate song this evening. Indeed, as composed by Mr. Richard Rodgers. There he is, looking mightily smug, I think, with a large one of his scores there. But it was, of course, from Sound of Music, Climb Every Mountain. Sound of Music composed in 1959. So there we go. I hope you enjoyed that one. It's a good stirring song, that one, isn't it? So just before we kick into our last song this evening, just a reminder to give what you're watching a like, well, if you're liking it, and if you want to come back to it, or if you're watching in the catch-up, then do give it a comment. If you feel somebody might like it, and you want to bomb their email box by sharing the link on, then please do. And if you've happened upon this, as we said before, but you're not subscribed to a channel and you want to be, then we're always after subscribers. Indeed, Jill. A little bit of a quartet going on there. You're still here, Marwan. I thought the internet had dropped off in Egypt on your birthday, but it's really good to see you. We have one more song, a bit of a lively one to finish this evening. We have had it before, so we'll do this one, and then we will say goodnight in our usual way. Indeed, good evening, Ollie and Robertson family. That was Soul Bossa Nova, the Austin Powers theme, as a lot of people know it, by Quincy Jones. And that was our lively end to Programme 147 here on A Date with a Dinner Set on the 16th of April. I do hope you've enjoyed it as much as I have done. And do take very good care of yourselves in the week that is to come. And I look forward to the great pleasure of playing for you. The next time I play for you, we'll have had our alarm, so we can discuss that, amongst other things, on A Date with a Dinner Set next week. Do you have a good week? Stay safe, stay well, and have a good one. All the very best. Thank you for being here. Good night.